other than your own company?
Sure. Yeah, we could. We have no plans to do that currently, but there are a lot of other companies that we could work with in the industry.
My question is somewhat unfair because I'm looking into the future, and you're very wise and you're taking it step by step. But I just wanted our viewers to know that the potential there is really somewhat mind-boggling in the process. I do want, before going back to the panel, make a couple of statements that the chairman can react to. When you started quite a time ago with the casinos and what the laws are in the country now, you started out with, I believe, a kind of a metal or steel building, and now you have a Class AAA hotel, and you have the casino, and you have a remarkable golf course. You bought this company, you have a bread company, and then you already talked about all the other generous things you're doing with the health center, etc. You are so diversified now, and you give lots of money to the schools every year as part of your proceeds from the casino. My question is, have you had an opportunity with your accountants and experts to come forth with some kind of numbers or figures, and bringing in now the Bird Company with this new contract? What is the level of your economic impact in dollars?
University of Idaho did an economic study for us about a year and a half ago, and the economic impact that we have to the North Idaho region is $160 million. This is before the Bird Company contract, so you add that to it's well over $200 million
per year.
Per year, yeah.
And you're a small tribe. Your membership's what, about
2,100.
Yeah, amazing story. One other footnote, and I'll go back to the panel. Where North Idaho College sits, the main campus, is a very special place for the Coeur tribe, and we had a celebration this summer of rededication of the beautiful beach. In the mid-1980s, it was dedicated to the Coeur tribe, and the Coeur tribe named it the Canaan Beach, meaning the meeting place where you'd met for many, many years. And I just want to add that footnote because it's no wonder the college should be doing what it's doing and working with you, not only from economic impact, but from this great history that you have. And I'm one of the people who's involved in that, and I'm so proud of that beach and that it's dedicated to you and the tribe and what it means to you.
Yeah, it's wonderful. Like you said, our ancestors used to come to this beach, and it was a place of gathering to celebrate the good year or whatever it may be. And so it's like you said, it's only fitting to be a good partnership.
And you invite other tribes to meet you here.
Yeah.
Well, we're very proud that beach is safe. There's not going to be any commercial development there. With that, I'll turn back to Erna Reinhardt.
There may be some viewers out there that are business owners themselves, and they may have considered wanting to do business with the military. So my question, Andy, to you is, are there special considerations that you as a business owner or as a business need to take into consideration when you do business with the military?
Sure. Great question. Yeah, when the military or the DOD looks at contractors, the biggest challenge for a small business that wants to get in military contracting is they look at past performance, probably more than price. They need a dependable supplier for obvious reasons. And so in order to build that, it's a catch-22. You just don't start. You can't just go get the first one. So what one needs to do in order to do that is to work as a subcontractor for a period of time to build some of that past performance. Do that. The other consideration I would mention is the extremely long lead times in order to work through the contracting period. So from the time that it's a request for quote hits the wire to the time that you actually produce a product and bill can be 24, 36 months. Now through the 8A program, it's abbreviated dramatically. This one took 6 months, 5 months for us to get this contract.
It took, it seemed like a year.
Yeah, much longer than that.
The auditing process is pretty brutal, too, that the Army comes out and they go through, make sure you're capable of handling the capital, the kind of money, and it's pretty brutal. So.
And how about for the employees themselves? Do they Is there anything that they need to do to be an employee to get a security clearance or anything like that, or is it that's not necessary?
Can't trust.
You talked about the importance of being able to fulfill your contractual obligations with the military and with the federal government. With historic low unemployment rates in this region and a job market that continues to be very hot, are you concerned about being able to find enough employees to fulfill your orders, and what strategies are you employing to make sure you can deliver as promised?
I think I'm not too worried about that. I think one thing that Tribe prides itself in is always being conscientious of employees. You treat your employees well, they'll turn around and work hard for you. You can't pay somebody $6 an hour and expect to get them to work. So we try to go above and beyond what the local market's paying and offer them. For example, I'll use the casino. We upped our minimum wage out there to above the state minimum wage and offer them a better health insurance and keeping our employees that way. I think you got to be conscious to treat your employees right, and they'll treat you right. So I'm not too worried about competing in that market.
And I would echo what the chairman says, Kent. And that's one of the reasons why our cultures, I believe, fit so well. We're constantly looking at continuous improvement and looking within, again, into educating the folks within, keeping those folks long term, and really valuing the employees. And so I think that's if we focus on that first, the rest will come.
Last week, Chairman Allen referenced our local economic development group, Jobs Plus, in playing a key role in landing this contract. Andy, from your perspective, could you comment on what you've discovered in terms of the business climate in North Idaho? You've done most of your business in another state, and what kind of an environment did you find, and how would you describe it?
We found Idaho to be more pro-business, easier to work with. We've been pleasantly surprised working with the tribe as well. It's been a very easy transition for us.
Very good. You mentioned this and alluded to it in relation to their questions, and I really commend both of you. You're a good partnership because you both have the same philosophy about how you treat your workers. And a wise corporation or organization like the tribe knows that if you treat them well and pay them well and have fringe benefits like health care, you're more likely to keep them. So I have a two-part question. Part one is, do you have a package in addition to their wages? We'll do that first, and then I'll have a second question. You have medical benefits.
Yeah, the tribe has a really good medical benefits program. As the company gets up and running, we're going to look at all those options to see how we can bring those up to our standards. The casino has their own medical clinic. We do Regions Blue Shield of Idaho, but as you know, healthcare is really expensive, and alone I think Coeur spends about $10 million on healthcare benefits, and so we just need to get the bird companies into that.
In addition to that company, the health insurance company, you have your medical center, so you have really an extra complemental thing that you can do there.
Yeah, we try to. We don't want to. We could limit our people where they go to get medical.
Right.
But we let them go anywhere. We could kind of monopolize and say, "Got to use our clinic," but we don't do that.
That's very generous. You have a great heart. That's what Coeur means, I understand. Anyway, the term is it's very, very special. The other question I have, and I'll have this for Andy, a lot of companies don't understand this. If you have a really high turnover, and you're constantly retraining, in the long run, it's costing you more than doing what you're doing. Is that not correct?
That is correct, and that's one of the key metrics that we look at as a company is our not only our customer satisfaction but our employee satisfaction rate. Estimates, I've heard estimates anywhere between 6 months to 12-month annual salary is what the cost of an employee walking out that door is. As Kent alluded to earlier, unemployment rates are at record lows. We can't afford to have that happen. And so by constantly focusing not only on the salaries, the benefit package, but also an environment where it's a positive culture, where the employees feel like they have a say. It's not top-down management style. It's open book. We're really proud of our bonus program. We have a weekly bonus program where it's cash end of the week. If we're profitable, we all share. So we do have very low turnover, and that's got to be key in this growth phase we're going in Plummer.
And when morale is high, production's better. When morale's low, they may continue to work, but it'll be a lot lower production.
Absolutely.
So I guess I would use the term, there's some wisdom that needs to be applied to this whole process, and you both seem to know that. We're almost out of time, but Chairman, I would like to ask you about the bread company real quickly. How many people do you employ there?
About 70.
70.
Yeah.
And that's not in Idaho, too, isn't it?
That's in Spokane.
If we could, well, let's tell them what the bread company's name is.
It's Hearth Bread.
Hearth Bread.
We do a lot of local contracts in the region that provide bread products to the region.
To different school districts or whatever?
Yes, I think Gonzaga, I think Hagedam uses it, a lot of the local stores. Yeah.
So that's another significant employment. 70 people, that's not small numbers. So you are really, really involved with the people. I want to thank, on behalf of the panel and the staff, both Chairman Chief Allen and Andy Baird. It's been delightful to have you here for 2 weeks, and we want to congratulate you again. You're doing something that's going to pay dividends for years to come, and it also impacts such institutions as North College and the K-12 schools, because working with you is a benefit to them, and certainly it's a good example why it's very important to have very fine educational institutions to help the business world and economic development. And again, I want to do these programs, one, to celebrate what you're doing, and number two, to inform our viewers about how major this is. And I will end by indicating I think that you're not going to stop at $400 million contract. My optimism keeps coming through, and again, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you've enjoyed our program over the past 2 weeks, and I'd invite you to be with us again next week at the same time when we'll move to yet another issue. Until then, please have a good week. I am Tony Stewart.
Recorded on the campus of North Idaho College, Public Forum is the longest-running in-house college production on PBS. Each episode is pre-recorded live and is an educational outreach from North Idaho College. Please join us at this same time next week for another edition of Public Forum on this public television station.